Okay, this is wild. I'm surprised not more people know about this.
If you explore the Pacific island nation of Palau at any great length on Google Earth, you start to notice these land formations. Wind back the satellite footage and you get a clearer view of them.
They may look like humble hills, but what if I told you these are ancient man-made structures?
And they completely change our understanding of what Pacific Islanders were capable of thousands of years ago. The structures are known as terraces, and the archaeologists studying these structures say they're equally impressive as the pyramids of ancient Egypt and Mesoamerica. But Palauans have shunned these massive structures and they've received such little international attention. Why? I've come to Aimalik State on Babeldob, the largest of Palau's islands, where some of these mysterious structures are most visible.
The full extent of these terraces is really hard to see with the naked eye, and that's because dense jungle covers much of them.
We only saw the hills, the tips of the hills. We didn't know to what extent they were big.
Leilani grew up exploring these hills, but only recently have their secrets been revealed. Using technology known as LiDAR, researchers use drones fitted with light-detecting lasers to create 3D maps of the whole landscape.
And what it revealed is staggering.
It was mind-blowing, actually, what my ancestors had accomplished.
We now know that nearly 20% of Babeldob's landscape has been transformed by man-made large-scale earthworks.
It verified what many archaeologists and local people had assumed, that it's much more expansive than we had thought. I think it also reveals a picture of the past that we never knew about our own culture and our own country.
There are several examples of monumental architecture in the Pacific region.
But none of them compare to the sheer scale of Palau's terraces.
So what ancient civilization built these epic structures, and why have their achievements gone largely unnoticed?
Okay, it's the first monumental architecture in the Pacific by about 800 years, probably longer.
One person has dedicated much of their career to uncovering the truth about Palau's mysterious terraces.
My name's Jolie Liston. I have been living here in Palau and studying the terraces for about 30 years. They're my passion. They're incredible. The technology, the knowledge, engineering skill, architectural skills to build these terraces so they don't fall down is immense.
Palau was first colonised around 3,200 years ago. A forthcoming Harvard study analysed ancient DNA from human remains and found these first settlers likely originated from Morotai Island in eastern Indonesia and had East Asian and Papuan ancestry.
Jolie has searched the region high and low for similar structures, but nothing has showed up. So where did this ingenuity come from?
Well, one theory is that these excellent ocean navigators relied heavily on the ocean to survive, and as their population grew, they headed inland to cultivate, but were met with unforgiving terrain.
60% of Babeldob is at a slope of 30 degrees or more. So they had to come into the interior, and they had to level it to be able to grow and put their houses.
From around 500 BC, ancient Palauans started modifying their landscape in a tremendous way. That places them after the Great Pyramids of Giza and around the same time as the Teotihuacan pyramids in Mexico. But when it comes to scale, Jolie argues the terraces are more impressive.
The terraces of Palau are comparable, if not even better, than the pyramids in Mexico and in Egypt. So when we did that LiDAR, all of a sudden people could see how amazing these terraces are, how they connect to each other, how they form huge districts. It's just an amazing landscape, cultural landscape.
Archaeologist Mike Carson says the terraces are more similar to construction in medieval castles and landscapes.
The technology is similar to what developed in Europe and in parts of East Asia, but done at such a large scale that is very, very impressive.
Earthwork construction has been a feature of civilizations across the world, and it's possible the ancient Palauans came up with the technology on their own.
This kind of technology has been around in the world for at least since 5,000 years ago. The technology of moving the earth from here to there is something that people would have been able to figure out how to do regardless of their ancestry.
At the peak of the terrace period from 500 to 1000 AD, it's estimated 60,000 people lived on the complex and interconnected system. The forthcoming Harvard study also revealed these ancient Palauans have the same DNA as Palauans today. Yet, a 2012 paper co-authored by Jolie found many Palauans were sceptical about their ancestors' ability to build these structures. And that's partly because the oral histories kind of forgot about them.
We didn't know anything about it until the archaeologists, they make the studies, and then they told us about it, especially Jolie Liston. Maybe old people from way back, when they tell their kids or their relatives about the history of historical site in Imey Lake, they really didn't express or really didn't tell them the full reason why this thing is here and what was the purpose for that.
In more recent times, archaeologists have also struggled to communicate about these ancient wonders.
If you ask people what are the most important sites in the Pacific Islands, they'll mention the statues in Rapa Nui, and then maybe meet some trouble thinking of what else to mention, right? Many of us, now myself included, have focused so much on the minutiae of what we're doing that we forget about how to present to the public and share what we have learned, in a way that is interesting for people.
We have to keep on maintaining them, and so we will not destroy them. Young kids, when they grow up, they have to see and they have to know.
There's now a push to clear the overgrown jungle to make them more visible. And there's promising signs the next generation are taking an interest in their ancestors' work.
So how many times have you come and visited?
It's my first time.
First time.
Yeah.
And does it, like being here, how does it feel?
It feels cool. I've been wanting to come here ever since I learned. And it feels so cool.